Excuse me, it's 12 o'clock.
For you. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have my mic down. Good. Sometimes I forget to have my mic down. Oh, Lord. But yeah, no, hello everyone! To those that are here, which is so far a total of absolutely nothing. But yeah, no, hello there. Nathaniel, hello.
And Godzilla Fan 8889 has joined the voice chat. He's not going to say anything, though.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hello.
What else is new?
Nice. Sweet. It feels like it's been like weirdly. It weirdly feels like it's been forever since we last done one of these, even if we did one like last month. But hey, it's weird. It feels weird. But yeah, no. Like, this time I mostly have my act together, thank goodness. So we'll probably just chill for a little bit until more people arrive, and just kind of go from there. If you hear any, you're more than likely either hearing my air conditioner or just something in the background. If you hear anything, I don't know. But yeah, no. Okay, I know I asked you guys this like not even 10 minutes ago. How you guys been?
Good.
None of your business.
Oh, okay. Oh, Lord. But yeah, no. It's climbing. There's another person. It's climbing.
Could always just start it and go back to when other people get here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. It's like, yeah, I know everyone that's in the Discord, like, be running a little late, just doing stuff. So, but yeah, friggin', I mean, what can you do, really? So,
Yeah, no, we can. That'll be good.
Yeah, so I think we'll probably just get started. You know, I think that's what people are here for, is for us. Nathaniel, what happened the last KWCC? I just checked and it turned out for whatever reason it was never made public. I just made it public like 10 minutes ago, so you should be able to view that one finally. So that's kind of what happened to it. Maguma asked, "Is that Morbius?" The answer is it's not just Morbius. It's Jared Leto. So yeah, I know that was a apparent, and I also had got like a notification from YouTube a while ago, something about it like a glitch that like hidden a couple of my videos. I didn't think much of it, but yeah, no, lo and behold, the last KWCC kind of got struck with that. So I guess that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure. But rest assured, it's now on the channel. So I guess twice the KWCC content, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think we'll just kind of get started with this, because we got a lot of ground to cover. I have no idea how in the world we're going to get through all this as quickly, but the least we can do is try. So, the first, in our immediate lineup, it's... What? Is a match 372 Ultra 7 versus Mechanicon, written by Condor Clonell and banner by Landon Soto. And I'll probably go first with this time around, and say that like I kind of like this match. Like, I understand that this is an older Birdman match, like relatively speaking, but I still say it's a pretty good one. I just kind of enjoyed, like, it's been a little bit since I read it, so just kind of skimming through it real quick. But I kind of just enjoyed sort of the mystery element of like Seven investigating this, strange Arctic base and then finding Mechanicon there. So it's like it sets up a decent mystery, and it's like considering that it's branching off from 259 of all things. Oh boy, that's been a while, hasn't it? But yeah, no, the fact that it's been branching off of that is like, all right, see where this goes. Very curious to see how events unfold within this greater story being told. Yeah, weirdly, it's like the action's fine. I think it's like just a slightly better mystery than it is a fight, I feel, but at the same time though, it's still a good time, I'd say. And yeah, I know, like Stellar Banner from Landon Soto, love the dynamic action of like the wide shot, Mechanic Kong's O face. It's like, oh shit.
Are you
King Kong should be dead.
Are you sure that's what his O face really means?
Gosh. Dude, busted.
Maybe he enjoys it.
The robot enjoys punishment. You know what? I could actually accept that. Anyway.
King Kong should just be dead. Like the next frame after that banner should just be an explosion.
Yeah, he gets hit by the Tokyo Tower and then shatters into pieces.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The man's made of like kitchen utensils.
Well, what can you say? The man had to be made on a budget.
Yeah, Toho's budget.
Wow, that's saying something before the 70s.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I guess going down the list. Going down the list first, and I'll be checking the comments. All right. Sequel to one of the most yeah. Godzilla fan says, yes, the sequel to one of the most controversial KWCs of all time. By controversial, it's just Godzilla lost.
Yeah, that is controversial.
Yes, according to every fanboy ever, the most controversial thing you could do is have Godzilla lose.
And Nagoda.
Nagoda. But yeah. Nagoda just got here, so we going down the list. GVR. What'd you think of the match?
Yeah, it was a fine match. Don't have a lot to really talk about it with this one, but I enjoyed it. Nice little scuffle. An intriguing storyline unfolding with it. That's about it. It's fine.
At least from what I vaguely recall, because I think it's been a long ass time since I read this, I do love the feel and aesthetic of the match. It really reminds me of like an episode of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was definitely nailed down. Same with the banners.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. It's again probably a long ass time since I read it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Gosh darn it, that's the thing with Connor Clennell matches. It's like, general level, it's like, it's competently written. How can you complain when it's competently made and consistently competently made? And it's like, it knows what to take and it knows where to step, it knows where to go without, like, being too crazy or whatever. But it's like, yeah, no, it's all in good fun. So it's just hard to really kind of like. It's also just again been somewhat of a hot minute since I had read it, but yeah. For Godzilla fan, he says, for my own thoughts on it, pretty all right. I like the action, and now it was set up to be kind of a fair fight. Kind of curious to see where the plot line of all the heroic kaiju being defeated and controlled will go. Indeed. Nagoda says, Banner looks really fun. Nice to see Seven going off on his own to try to bring some glory to his former friends and organization. Yes. Oh, hooray! We got Maguma, we got Strip Matter, and then we got Nathaniel in chat. Maguma says, TBH, the banner for this match is honestly one of my favorites. The fight itself is pretty cool too, with what Mechanic Kong straight up breaking wrists. Not according to this banner, but alright. Nathaniel says, with the meme out of the way, This was a good match. Mechanic Kong was a proper beast, feeling like King Joe. His face is perfect, considering he's getting his arm blown off. Adds a bit of character. So, yeah. Yeah, no, good stuff. Good stuff. So, yeah, no, there is that King Joe. Yeah, no, I can kind of see that, like, King Joe comparison. Yeah, no, I can kind of see how that lines up, surprisingly. But yeah, well, shoot, that was kind of quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a short match.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty short
Not much
match.
to say.
Yeah. So it's like, oh,
It's
wow.
not enough.
I
It's
mean,
not a lot to really discuss.
all right. I mean, if Birdman or whoever hops in, then we could just ask it, like, hey, what was the sort of like conception of it or what have you. But yeah, no, it's like unless someone else decides to come in, we can go back and get their thoughts later. So in the meantime, we'll be hopping yay on over to the next match of the lineup.
Did you say gay on over?
Yay on over. Is match 373, Kamakuris versus Skullcrawler. Banner and written by Dao Zhang Hua, our very own Nagoda.
Automatic 10 out of 10.
Well, yeah, that was going to be without question from Alex's part, but yeah, no, I kind of like, I really like. There's definitely like a little bit of tweaking on the behind the scenes front, especially thanks to one of Grayshot's friends who had tackled it and did a really good job at cleaning it up. I just had to go in and just make sure everything was tinkered in the right way. But other than that, though, it was like, yeah, no, the actual like match is really interesting. I like this. Like, it feels like, how do I put it? I guess like a. I almost want to say it feels like a young adult novel almost. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Just sort of.
I was very tempted to say so crap.
No, there's a certain like young adult quality to it that was like, oh, okay. It was just a situation in a setup that was interesting. It's like, even if I feel like the characters aren't they're fine, they're functionally fine for the role that they tell. If this expands into a bigger thing, then cool. Which might be the case. I don't know, because there's definitely acknowledgement of like, oh yes, humanity has fallen to these giant swarm legions.
It's Nagoda. He has 5 more sequels planned for it.
Yes,
I have a whole bunch of things planned for it.
Okay.
They're all partially written. They're not really complete yet.
Okay, good. They are partially written, not completed. That sounds about right. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no. Yeah, I still like really enjoyed the match and the fight that plays out between the Skullcrawler and the Kamakuris. That was actually kind of fun. And friggin' it was just a lot of fun. And again, the characters are solid, and I do like sort of that little Irish that's just sprinkled in there. It's like, ooh, that's kind of cool. The banner, though, I'm a little more mixed on that. Like, it's cool to see the wreckage and the destruction, but some of the, I don't know, something about it just feels off to me. I'm not entirely sure what. It could just be the nature of the... Like, I think the best part of it is the Kamakuris in the background. I think that looks really good. Like, I like the way sort of like you get the sun, the lighting of the sunlight on that.
Yeah, I took that from Final Wars.
I'm saying, the Kamakuris in the background works really well for this image. Definitely the most striking part of it, but I feel like the rest of it, I don't know. There are just some areas I feel like could have used more work, maybe. I don't know. Just something never quite 100% clicked with me, other than that Kamakuris. But at the same time, maybe I'm looking too deep into it. I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not 100% sure about anything. So. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no. I think with that said, we'll kind of just go from the top here. Godzilla fan, you type out your thoughts. GBR, what'd you think of it?
Pretty enjoyable match. Loved the unique setting. Post-apocalyptic is something that hasn't really... It's been covered a few times in the KWC, but like not enough to be boring.
Mm-hmm.
And this provides a fun new spin on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the usage of the Kamakura swarms and how it makes Kamakuras and Skullcrawlers out as big threats when usually most matches just treat them as fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Skullcrawler still can't catch a W.
They're the new they're the new punching bags for this generation.
Apparently so.
But the difference is they're cool and Monster X is still lame.
Yeah, Skullcrawlers are still cool, though they're...
What do we have against skull monsters? What is this?
That's hilarious.
It's okay. The Skullcrawlers may be the new punching bag here, but they still get to laugh at the majority of the other monsters by saying they get to be in 2 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, they're getting matches, so it's like they're doing better than a lot of other monsters on the roster.
Oh, for sure. It's like, you know what? None of the losses have been out of like petty spite or whatever. It's like all been like legitimate in-character reasons for them to lose.
Yeah.
So that's already magically a bigger W than literally everyone else.
Yeah. No, very good match. I enjoyed the character stuff as well. Loved the usage of Iris. And just... Yeah. The match does show its age a bit, both in the actual writing and with the banner. The banner's good, don't get me wrong, but just like, you can tell that Nagoda was not nearly as good as he is now.
Yeah.
Especially with the Skullcrawler perched up on the building.
Alright,
I guess you don't like older matches looking at you in the bar.
Yeah, no. Nagoda, is the Skullcrawler perched up on the building supposed to have like an arm in its mouth or something?
The weird green looking one.
Yeah.
It has a gauss in its mouth.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like the one at the beginning of the.
It just looks like you made a mistake. I'm sorry.
I know it looks like it has a mustache. This was 2017 me.
Why is he wearing glasses?
You see wearing glasses. I see a mustache.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a top hat at this rate.
But I just
He's gotta have that extra layer of evil, don't you know?
Of course. I do still really like the banner. I especially love the scale with the big Skullcrawler and the big Kamacuras.
Oh, it's Barley.
Hi.
Hello.
I figure since y'all are waiting on Bacon, I might as well hang out.
Well, Bacon's not going to show up until the podcast is done.
Yeah.
Well, that's on KaijuX for saying, yeah, I'll wait.
Well, no, for the meeting.
Yeah, this is all live, Harley.
Oh, well, we're
You're-
live,
you're-
pal. How y'all doing?
Yeah. No, this is the KWCC we're doing right now. Bacon had said,
Oh.
can you wait for me for the meeting that we're gonna have?
Oh,
afterwards?
okay. Well, we're live, pal.
Yeah, I
Just
know we're
pray to
live.
Jesus Christ, dude, that we don't reveal anything about our secret base in Chernobyl.
Okay, yeah, I know. Thank goodness.
All right. So is everyone gonna make fun of Bacon while he's not here?
Yes.
Harley, have you read any of the matches that we are going
I
over today? Okay.
Oh wait. Oh no, wait. That was last time. Never mind.
Yeah, let's focus on this one and go back to the previous one for Harley.
Of course, yeah.
Good. I didn't, because the last one's the one I read.
But yeah, forget. But yeah, no. 373. Who do we stop on?
I think it's Harley's turn now.
Oh yeah, because GVR just got done. Then yeah, Harley just came in. So But I think she just said she read the last one.
I mean, I can't say I like the banner a lot with the people running in the foreground. I think that's a person. I can't tell.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
it's
a
a skull
person
collar.
there.
Never mind. Either way,
There's
it
a
looks really
person
good.
there.
Even though I need to replace my glasses.
Okay. Aw.
I mean, it is really dusty, so.
I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was probably one of the most unique matches out there. I love the apocalyptic setting. I love just seeing swarms of the same kaiju going at it. Usually, two kaiju you don't normally see. Usually, it'd be just one of them would be the Gauss. But it's really nice to see the Kamacuras and Skullcrawlers going at it. And I loved how the characters were just people trying to survive with Iris Egg at the end. All in all, just a really great match. One of my favorites so far. And I know I've been fucking campaigning for this one to get posted a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Nagoda.
Okay, so quick thing. This was made, both the banner and the match was made in 2017. This was made around the same time as Gamma versus Everyone, just so everyone knows. The banner went through every single banner change that we've gone through so far. All the different size changes.
Oh,
which is
right.
probably why it looks a bit off at times.
Oh, right. Holy moly! So it's like it went from like 500 by 300, and then 1,000 by 450, and then 1024 by 512.
Yep. It also contradicts the match itself because 2017 me didn't think banners should match up nighttime with a match at nighttime.
Oh,
As for the match itself, I was gonna throw Gauss in there, but then I thought two swarm monsters is enough. Plus, someone probably already has Kamacuras or Skullcrawler versus Gauss at some point, so just use these guys because everyone uses Gauss. Plus, I already kind of just used a Gauss swarm just in 300, so it was that as well. I was kind of tired of Gauss at that moment.
okay. Yeah, I guess the Gauss at the beginning that gets munched on is probably just a remnant from that.
Yep.
Ah.
There are sequels for this match planned out. Some of them partially written. Some of them being redone because new combatants have been added in the last 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
You're just gonna mash all the portions of matches together to make one match with 50
Yeah.
combatants.
Yeah, my match timeline is a big mess right now because of all the new combatants and all the new stuff that I've found out about Toho movies. It's all a mess now.
When is it ever not a mess?
Never. But yeah, the main characters for this series are Iris and the his priestess person. So
Yeah.
Yes, Paul guys is
Oh,
not
shoot. Can you guys hear my little brother in the background?
Yes,
just-
I did hear. So yeah,
Yeah, we yeah. The whole universe heard him.
we're live, pal. Live TV.
I think that's pretty much everything I had to say. The banner went through multiple size changes. It probably could have used a bit more modern touch-ups. Really glad that what's it called, Hamster and Gray Shot, they fixed up all the grammatical errors and stuff in the match.
I did too.
Oh yeah, KaijuX too. He was there.
Oh my god. Least complex Nagoda series.
Sounds about right.
Oh, Lord. Ugh. Oh my goodness. But yeah, yeah, no, I'm gonna be reading off the comments now. Oh boy, you guys have a conversation right here. Here's one of my favorites from this year. From Strip Matter. Maguma says, I remember seeing the banner for this match ages ago, like 2017. Congratulations, you nailed that one on the head, man. I'm guessing that the match was made around a similar time frame, which it was, but still pretty good. Strip Matter says this match is like The Walking Dead, but with kaiju, which automatically makes it better. Kaiju greater than zombies, every time. Nathaniel says, this was an amazing match. I enjoyed some post-apocalyptic type stuff, and the Mantis gets the W. I love how Iris was portrayed. Cute baby snail life force vampire is always a win for me. Iris is an amazing kaiju in general. Maguma says 0 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. Skullcrawler has to be the biggest jobber to date.
Oh.
Nathaniel says, I think we hate skull monsters because they resemble Grim from Ruby. I think that's just.
I don't think that's the case.
I only watch good shows, and bad. I only watch good movies like Alien vs. Requiem.
And Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. My taste in media is impeccable. I'm not watching Ruby.
Strip Matter says, much as I hate to say this, at least the adult Skullcrawler gets to brag that he ate Shin Godzilla in the KWC. So he has that on his track record. Here, Shin later burst out of his chest alien style in the later sequel. Tough luck. And he also says, oh my god, never saw that image before. Now I can't get it out of my head. Skullcrawler with a mustache. Then Maguma says, I thought I was holding a piece of bacon. Oh boy. No, that corner Skullcrawler is probably going to become a meme at this rate.
Corner crawler.
Hello there.
Live skull crawler reaction.
Corner Crawler, the cousin of the bed intruder.
Oh, live Skullcrawler reaction. Oh my gosh. That'd be good. Oh. But yeah, no,
Yes, Strip Matter, GVR legitimately loves AVP Requiem.
Yep.
I mean, I like it. I didn't say I love it. It's got a crap load of issues.
You know what you said.
This fucking guy.
I don't actually remember why I made this thing an apocalypse. I guess it was just, oh, let's make it an apocalypse because swarm monsters.
It's just like, no, great. Now I have to deal with this.
All right. And then
Don't worry, I got a plan for how the apocalypse happened.
Okay.
Timeline changes.
Hooray!
Oh, GVR, you made an enemy.
Okay.
What you should do, Nagoda, you should just write several versions of the apocalypse and just be like, choose your own adventure.
Oh, don't worry, that was one of my ideas.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I was kidding.
It was the Godzilla Ultimate match.
Oh, lordy. Okay. Comment from Godzilla fan 8889. I like this match. It has good setup with cool brute force action. I can't wait to see where this goes. Only thing is that Skullcrawler's 7th L. I know the KWC is about story and all, but come on.
Oh, fuck, he really does have 7 L's.
Yeah.
Did you think we were joking?
No, I just didn't realize it was that much.
Right, no, but like I said earlier, like Skullcrawler somehow gets the W in all this because all his L's are at least earned.
Oh, I wasn't really paying attention.
Fair enough.
A good jobber always makes it look like a close match.
Yes.
Well, that's not actually what a jobber does, but still.
Joe!
Joe.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. I just heard like a printer short circuiting. I was worried for a second.
That's KaijuX's brain trying to process things.
Yes.
You know, I can
KaijuX
accept
just
that.
like popped a blood vessel.
All right. Yeah, but, yeah, forget that. Yeah, no, that's about right. I think we should rename the Skull Jobbers.
Go to read Kamakers versus Skullcrawlers.
I don't know how to read.
Okay.
Damn. But
That's fair. You are a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Oh, you are too.
Yeah.
that's the joke.
Look, I'm just very good at guessing. I don't read these matches. I just guess what happens.
Are you sure?
Yes.
GVR whips out the tarot deck. Okay, cards. Tell me what happens in the match.
I mean, your brain is the size of a seed after watching Attack of the Clones way too many times.
This is true.
Once too many. But Joe, did you see the end?
Yeah. I saw my boys,
Hell
my
yeah.
beloved bugs.
Hooray! Give the finger to the lizard, in which they only have one on each hand. Alright, but yeah, no. Did we have any additional thoughts with
Didn't it go to talk about his own match?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. We were going to go back to the last match for Harley.
Oh, right, yeah. 372 Harley. Keep on wanting to say 272. Shoot.
I really liked it. I thought the action was really solid. Oh, Seven doesn't usually get to have a snowy environment, and he's the right kind of powerful where he can lose to someone like Mechanicon and still be believable.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the action was really good, and I thought the ending with the whole hypnotism thing and with Doctor Who, I thought that was really good.
Hooray!
So yeah, overall, pretty solid match. And the banner, of course, looks amazing.
Hey! Yeah, sweet. But yeah, I guess with that said, should we probably migrate to 374 now? Shoot.
Yes. KaijuX, we're almost at 400. I don't know how to break this to you.
Oh gosh,
But will we beat Family Guy to it?
that we'll have to see
No.
about that one.
We're
race.
gonna give up.
It's us versus our sitcom arch nemesis, the creator of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane.
We're literally neck and neck at this point.
Damn you, Seth!
Let's get Seth MacFarlane to do a match. Or do a banner.
Oh my goodness.
Have a banner that's drawn in the Family Guy style.
Yeah, KaijuX, I'm afraid to let you know this. You've been head of the KWC. Well, you've been like the co-head for like several years.
Yes.
We are in the 300s.
Wait, we are?
It's been over a year since match 275.
Wake up! It's been 100 matches.
Yeah.
No, in actuality, though, my brain, when I say like 370 or 270, for whatever reason, my brain and my mouth like switch up 300s and 200s for some reason. So I can't wait to get the 400s because it's like not a T sound, it's an F sound. So I think I'll be
You'll
able
still mess it up.
100.
I'll probably still figure out a way to mess it up. I'll have to strategize on that. Oh my gosh! Live Skull React! It's now an icon! Oh, great.
Live skull color reaction.
Yay! Great idea. Live Skull Crawler reaction. Oh, lordy. That's funny. But yeah, no. Okay. But yeah, no. On to the next match of the bunch. 374. Gorosaurus versus Baragon Millennium. Written by Jim Wolfe and banner by Matthew Williams.
Have we had a match from Jim Wolf before, or is this his debut?
No, new
This is a
writer.
new writer.
Okay.
Well, it was originally supposed to be the first match of the year, but reorganization.
Yeah.
For whatever
It'd be
reason,
like that.
Gray Shot postponed it. And I'm like, why? And then, we'll go into more detail with sort of the shift in leadership in a bit.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
Since
no,
last
that-
time.
I love how we're just talking about it. I'm thinking to myself, did y'all ever address this on the podcast before?
No.
On the pod?
No, not before. So I was gonna I wanted to go through the KWCs and the KWCEs first, and then I wanted to go over that whole lead. Don't get me wrong, the leadership thing is probably something that's I should probably bring that up first thing.
Yeah, newsflash for anyone who missed it. Me and KaijuX have taken over as the leaders of the KWC.
Hooray!
Oh, hell, yeah, you tell them, boys.
More will be discussed on that later.
Yes. Just all that's important now is that pretty much starting from 374, although the name is still under Gray Shot, he had put this on the blog well before, but for whatever reason he didn't think. I don't know what it was. Bring it up. I don't know what it was. He said something to the effect that it wasn't good enough or something. I'm like, huh? I'm like, okay. And then when I took over and looked it over, I'm like, this is a perfectly fine match. What was he thinking? I did not understand at all his mindset of how this wasn't good enough. When in reality, it's I don't know. I thought this was a perfectly fine, fun, lighthearted little match that just has like a fun battle in the Canadian wilderness as Baragon Gorsaurus just kind of go at it, and the human characters just add a nice bit of wrestling style commentary. It's like what the heck? Why? There's nothing wrong with this. I would say this is better than average at least. I think Jim Wolf does a nice, solid first impression of his writing style and whatnot. And I thought he did a really good job. Just a little. I only remember doing a little bit of cleanup, but I thought this was a perfectly fine match that had no real reason to be delayed. I never understood that on the behind the scenes front. So apologies to Jim. We meant to have this out sooner, but Gray Shot's a weirdo. But
He likes to look under the table for gum.
No one should ever know that, but now everyone knows. I really like this match. I thought it was an enjoyable little romp. Definitely, this. I think we had received. I know Alex could probably say this since he was the one that had reviewed it and sent it off to me. I am more than confident though that this was no doubt that the writing style was indicative of Showa from the get-go. But in terms of the match itself, I think it was just Millennium from the forefront, right?
Actually, the writer never made it clear because this was around the time we were retiring Showa Baragon, or before the announcement was made. So I asked him, I said, hey, is this Showa or GMK because we're retiring Showa? And he didn't. So I'm assuming he didn't really. He made it kind of either one, because in the match it doesn't really adhere to one or the other. It's just kind of neutral.
Yeah, it's just Baragon. Yeah,
It's Baragon. Yeah. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. That's interesting. Really enjoyed the match, and I kind of hope to hear more from, or hopefully get more Jim Wolf matches. I think his stuff's fun to read. So keep going, man. Good stuff.
Huh.
I guess going from the top. GBR, what'd you think of it?
I enjoyed this one. Nice fun match. Unique plotline with the college students trying to film it to get rich. It was a fun little thing. Good character moments. The fight itself was fun. Good tooth and claw between Gorosaurus and Baragon. That's about it. Banner looked good. Nice and simple looking banner. Love the fire effects around Baragon's mouth. Yeah. Overall, just a nice, solid match. Good, simple one.
What the fuck?
That's about it. Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. Nice, simple match about two college students trying to make it in the big leagues by taking a lot of risk, filming two dinosaurs fighting each other. I think Baragon and Gorosaurus were represented well. Just a really nice fight, and I think the overall detail to the Canadian landscape was done well.
Mhm.
Kind of weird. We don't really get a lot of matches in Canada, but it's appreciated. I just remember when I was verifying this, I did have to make some edits to it, like cleanup, like KaijuX mentioned he did as well. It's flawed, but I see a lot of potential in this writer
Oh, for sure.
and his matches.
Yeah.
That's why I advocated a lot for his match to be posted, because I see the potential in this guy.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, those are my thoughts.
Wait, was Harley supposed to go next? Because I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cutting in line, son. But yeah, I thought this was I thought it was okay. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but I could see the potential. Like I really actually the fact that it's a Canadian landscape. I like the two dude bros giving like wrestling commentary. I thought that was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of wish he did more of that in the match, where they're just like, "Dude, we could totally do kaiju wrestling, brah."
Or they could have been gay. Who knows?
I mean, I'm always going to advocate for that, but the fact that this is like his first like submission, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
for submission.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
Solid
I
start.
hope he writes more for us.
We can always use new blood in the KWC.
You are right.
Sounds so threatening.
Yeah, Nagoda, why did you say it like that?
We always need new blood in the KUC. New blood is spelled more like.
We assure you, dear viewers, that the KWC is not a death cult. I don't think. Okay, it might be.
We're all not secretly vampires.
But we do enjoy the greatest movie of all time, Morbius. So,
And you also get shot for posting videos and memes.
yes.
Post a video and means you're dead, motherfucker. Oh wait, I posted a video and means.
All right, you
Joe.
know the rules, motherfucker.
Oh, wait. But yeah, no. That's. Okay. Yeah. Godzilla fan 889 says didn't fully read this one, but for what I've seen, looks like a fun little scrap. But, yep, for sure. Like, you got a chance to read this one, Joe, or
No.
okay? No.
No.
Dakota, what'd you think of it?
The premise was pretty fun. I like the whole two hikers stumble upon a monster fight and decide, oh, let's record it and make money. Plus, the banner is pretty good. I don't remember. Apparently, my name was set to make a banner for this. I don't remember ever making a banner for this. So it's a good thing we had we had this one made already. So
think you did have a banner made for this one,
nice.
but if I had to choose between the two, I think the one we have is a far better one compared to the other one.
yeah, I cannot find a banner that I supposedly made for this match. Like I see one right here that has cowboys in it, but that's not for this match.
Okay, that might have been unrelated then. I don't know. But yeah, no, freaking. Yeah, I did want to go back and real quick say I love the banner for this one. Like, obviously, Gorosaurus is nice and nice and standard. I focused on Baragon, and Baragon's fire effects, the flame nostrils are great touches. I also just kind of love the slope, the usage of the slope and the whatchamacallit, the little wire things. Like the cart that goes down, like up and down the mountain. It's like those are great little touches that help accentuate the banner. Even if it's mostly a stationary one, there's a certain liveliness to it that I really
Very reminiscent of the GMK fight. That's kind of the vibe I've got with this match.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, Baragon up on the hill.
Yeah, smaller Baragon higher up next to the larger reptile. Yeah, I could see that. But yeah. I'm going to be reading from the comments section now. Maguma says, I don't have a lot to say about this match. Pretty good, solid monster action with a neat ending. Nathaniel says, I feel like this was a match that didn't make it before Showa Baragon left to take care of his kid. Simple kaiju romp, nothing too major. Poor Goro getting his guts roasted. Strip Matter says, it's intriguing to see a match about two college dudes getting rich just by filming Baragon getting his decade-awaited revenge for match 119. Making that correction right there. And then he was thinking the same thing. We should have a match where Ultraman intervenes to protect their wedding from being crashed by Baragon.
I thought Baragon was getting revenge for getting cucked out of Destroy All Monsters.
I think that was in response to the idea of the two dudes being gay, and then it's like they have their wedding, but it gets crashed by Baragon, so Ultraman intervenes.
No, I'm saying like Baragon getting revenge on Gorosaurus.
Well, yeah, I think those two elements were unrelated. I just made it sound like
Gay weddings and Baragon getting his revenge on Gorosaurus are the same thing.
Yeah. Why do you think Baragon's getting revenge? He's getting revenge because Gorosaurus crashed his gay wedding.
Yes, that's how
it's
that
just
works.
science.
Basic mathematics and science. Biology.
Warhead.
And Godzilla Fan 89 has a point about the GMK comparison. At least Baragon won this one as opposed to getting obliterated.
Yes. But to be fair, he wasn't fighting Godzilla, so.
Yeah, it's Gorosaurus. I don't care what people say. Gorosaurus is not as strong as Godzilla.
By DeviantART, Gorosaurus broke King Ghidorah's back.
He didn't break shit.
I do have a banner on my DeviantArt for this match.
Oh.
The one that I got posted looks a lot better.
Nakota's just going through the archives like, hey, I did make a banner for this.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Nakota's claiming how the KW's team fault.
It's the one with the derpy face Gorosaurus.
Oh yeah. Hang on a second. I'm trying to add it in there here real quick. Let's see.
Gorosaurus is just confused as why Baragon is looking at him like that.
Baron gay.
The banner's fine. Not anything particularly special. Gorosaurus looked like he ran face first into a wall.
And Baragon's just trying to seduce him.
Baragon's like, hey, pretty mama.
For reference, ladies and gentlemen, here is the old banner from Nagoda. Just a nice, happy little reference to what the heck we're talking about.
Why does Gorosaurus look like he's a sprite in a video game?
That's a good question.
Maybe it's the feathering? I don't know.
Did you just say the feathering?
Yeah, like the feather effect. Like
I was gonna say, listen, I know dinosaurs are supposed to have feathers, but Gorosaurus don't.
No, not that. I meant like the feather, like eraser.
Let's have feathered Gorosaurus. Fuck it.
I mean, I'd be down, but
Someone grab the Gorosaurus figure and just stick it in a bunch of feathers.
write a match where Gorosaurus. Rather than where Gorosaurus just rolls around a bunch of chicken coops and he's just feathered all over the place.
Gorosaurus is tarred and feathered.
But
If I make a Gorosaurus banner with the Jurassic World Giganotosaurus, will anyone notice?
Have C-Rex spit tar all over him and then just have Logogears crash into him.
Yes.
oh, but yeah, no, yeah, just a couple other comments I'm seeing. The Baragon from match 119 was this Baragon's husband. He's pissed. And then Maguma says, looks like how Gorosaurus looks like in Go God, man. And then Shirmatter says, he looks more like a Funko Pop to me.
Oh.
But yeah, no, nevertheless, though, I think that's... did anyone else have any additional thoughts to say with 374? Or?
Nope.
No,
Next
I've
solid
been saying
match. Good debut.
For Jim Wolf? Heck
Yes.
yeah. Alright, sweet. Then in that case, then we will... yeah, no, in that case, then we'll migrate yay on over from match 374 to match 375. Zone Fighter versus Colossal Titan. Whoa! Oh my gosh, poor Soggy. Oh lordy. Oh no.
I thought Soggy's been typing up his manifesto. Just Discord being dumb.
Damn. Oh no. That's hilarious. Uh.
But yes, match 375.
Right, okay, yeah. Alright, memes aside though. I think this one I'll go kind of last on, just by virtue of like the fact that okay, yeah, match 375, Zone Fighter vs. Colossal Titan, written by Andrew Sudomersky and Tyler Treeshock, and banner by Andrew Sudomersky, with an extra little note to Nagoda. But yeah, friggin' yeah, I know this. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say a lot. Like right now, I'll probably get around to explaining more of the match's history and whatnot, since I'm the one that's here. So I'm like, I'd rather circle around. So in this case, yeah, Godzilla fan, write up your thoughts if you have a chance to read this one. And in the meantime, GVR, what'd you think of the match?
I thought this was an excellent match. In fact, I think I would go so far as to say this is one of the best matches of the year.
Hey.
I'm checking real quick the list of matches this year just to make sure.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, no, this is my favorite match of the year so far. Yes. The story was very well written. Loved just how it all unfolded, and the tying in of the Attack on Titan lore with like Toho Godzilla lore was very well done. Always love when two settings are melded together perfectly.
Mm.
I also greatly enjoyed just like the characters. Kubal is a super well written villain. Hikaru's idealism was depicted very well and made great contrast with Kubal. Jet Jaguar's portions of the match were excellent. I especially loved like how that all unfolded and concluded. And even like the bits we see of Heat Team are well written and fun.
Oh,
I'm glad that it didn't focus on them too much, just because like not like to, yeah, I don't mean that like disparagingly or anything, but just like I'm very glad that this is mostly focused on the past.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Because I enjoy how Grey Shot writes Heat Team, but we've gotten like 20 matches of them.
Right. Yeah, it was just nice in general to let the focus not be them, at least for now.
Yeah, nice break from it all. And the action was also very well done. I told KaijuX this before, but like it does kind of rub me the wrong way, like just how strong Colossal Titan is depicted as in this match.
Yeah,
But that's just like a personal nitpick, not anything like disparagingly against the match itself.
Yeah. No, it's something I do get. It's like, yeah. I do understand. It's like if that rubs you the wrong way, what have you. But it's like I am under like there are certain things that need to unfold, and I need to make sure that it doesn't contradict what the future brings. So it's like, okay, in order to do this, I have to do this. Yeah, so I am in somewhat of a compromising situation, but I do try to show that it's like, okay, if I'm depicting Colossal Titan as strong, let me make sure that it's like, oh yeah, Zone Fighter's a total badass, like just like a force to be reckoned with.
Like I said, love the match. Just like that's just a personal preference thing.
Yeah. So it's like, I just try to do everything within sort of as reasonable as I can be, while also challenging myself to say, how can I convey this? How can I convey this impossible idea in an interesting, fun, and a dynamic way? So that's just overall, like, kind of what I'm up with when it comes to writing this kind of thing. Especially, since this is part of a bigger series, and it's technically under Grey Shot's jurisdiction more so than my own. But
yeah,
so it's like, all right, I'll it's like unless I had any major input, it's like, I'll try and let it try to follow through with it. Harley.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yet.
Okay.
The banner is excellent.
Hey.
Yeah, nice Sonic 2 reference. That's what you meant, right?
Totally, absolutely.
Really, don't you know women are not allowed to talk in the KWC?
Yeah, I haven't watched My Hero Academia, but just like if referencing it gives us a shot like this, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. The banner, that'll be the one thing I'll drop real quick, is that, the banner and the event that happens in the match are references to My Hero Academia. Just made for an awesome visual, and I was like, you know what? Gonna go for it. So.
Okay, now I'm done. Harley may go.
All right, Harley.
I'm not done reading it yet because it's a kind of a long one, but I'm really enjoying what I'm reading so far. I think you two have done a really, really solid job so far, and I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it when I reach the end too.
Yay!
And and the banner's really fucking awesome. I would honestly say that is the best banner all year.
Honestly.
It just the way it's shot with Zone Fighter, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can talk now, Alex.
Didn't want your approval.
Fine, and you don't get your speaking rights anymore. Okay, Joe.
No. Let my man's talk.
Yeah. See, this is why Joe's the most based member here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm inclined to agree with GVR. I think this is the best match so far of the year. I really loved Zone Fighter and his siblings dynamic. I always love it when their siblings get to be part of a match with him instead of him just being solo. That's one of the few things I actually liked from the show, their little sibling relationship and how they felt like a team. I think that was captured perfectly here. And it always bums me out when, they get tragically killed. Major bra moment, because I was rooting for them, even though I had a feeling Colossal Titan was going to win. yeah, I really love the fights in this. I love how much you went in depth with the Titan virus and how anyone could be hit by it, just like in the snap of a finger. And the Jet Jaguar subplot, that was tragic. Like, damn, that poor guy. Especially seeing what he had to go through for that whole match and what happened to Goro. Loved it. I don't think I have any nitpicks or criticisms. Just like the whole bruh with a certain moment. But even then, it was a good moment.
Hey.
So yeah, all in all, yeah, best match of the year so far.
Woo! Dagoda, what'd you think of it?
Unfortunately, I have not read this match yet. I've been a bit busy.
Aw, bummer. Rip.
But I will say, making the Zone Fighter Colossal Titan clash was really fun. I found a Colossal Titan MMD model and a Zone Fighter one on DeviantArt, and I put it together in Blender. And then KaijuX said, "Can you make the Colossal Titan more detailed?" So I ended up getting pictures of the live action Colossal Titan and some slabs of beef, and just throwing it onto the model image, the
I didn't
PNG.
want to say that the Colossal Titan does look kind of extra meaty for some reason.
Yep.
Wow.
He's been
He
lifted.
just looks cooked. Like he looks like I can order him off of the Denny's menu.
Well, now you know it's an authentic Denny's meal because it looks like shit.
Just notice he has a little head.
Oh yeah,
Little
no.
tiny baby head.
Yep.
Yeah,
no,
that's
Colossal
part of the
Titan-
model. It's a anime Colossal Titan model. So
He's like the turtle man from that one early 2000s
Master of
movie.
Skies.
Yes, that's the movie.
The scene filmed during 9/11.
Yeah, he reminds me of
Colossal
Turtle Man.
Titan, colossal head.
that's what the modified one looks like.
I like the sense of scale you gave the Colossal Titan compared to Zone Fighter, though.
Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
they are like relatively to scale, actually. Like, yeah, those two are actually like to scale for the most part. So that's how big Zone Fighter
Yeah.
would probably be next to Colossal Titan in the KWC. So
Look at those big feet.
Yeah, I put the figures next to each other in Blender, tried to match them up size-wise as best as I could, and then I posed them all.
yeah, I'm gonna get
It
rid
is
of-
the MMD Zone Fighter model ditto.
Yeah, I just like completely, obviously Zone Fighter was under a whole bunch of like, going to be under a whole bunch of wins, so there was no real need to. I mean, even Zone Fighter himself was still pretty flat and basic in terms of like color and texture. So it was like, didn't need to worry too much about like enhancing Zone Fighter too much. It was just the Colossal Titan because it was like, cause if you still have like the old unrendered version, we could just show that here as well. It's like,
Yeah, I think that's the right one. Yeah.
well, this is the textured version. I meant the untextured one.
So much.
No, I mean go down in chat. Isn't that the one?
Hang on a second. Let me look. Oh, yes, that is the one. So let me save that.
Yeah,
one.
I was scrolling through our DMs to find it.
Yes, hang on. Let me get this right here. So this over. Okay. This right here. This over here.
You mind?
All right, I gotta go. I'll probably listen in on my phone muted.
All right.
Yeah.
See you, Dakota. But yeah, no, it's like there we go. Yeah, no, that's the original MMD that Dakota had used as the like template. He was gonna look closer to this, but then I was like, yeah, no, there is a bit of history when it comes to this match, but I'll kind of like go into greater detail with that once, once I read through the comments. But yeah, no, here's the untextured Colossal Titan versus the textured one. I like the textured one a lot more. Just, movie accurate, what can I say? And plus, I'm sure it'll be visually striking because people are wondering, like, what the heck? I've never seen, never seen something like that. So it's like, yeah, no.
I will say, like, zooming in real close on it, it does kind of bug me, like, how it doesn't quite line up, the texture and, like, the model beneath.
I can
on the chest.
Yeah, on the chest area? Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Like, it's fine on the legs, but, like, you can see, like, the bone, like, the vertebrae, like, doesn't align.
Yeah. No,
The legs are kind of covered up by the other effects, though.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of the. By the way, another thing, like with the wind effects and the smoke covering up parts of the name on the banner, nice touch.
Yes.
That's a really nice touch.
I always love doing that. I try to take opportunities. I always try to take those chances when I can, because I always love that kind of like stylization that's like somewhere in there's the title. So it just gives
we should do a banner where like one half of the title is like actually completely obscured.
That'd be hilarious. That would actually.
So for some reason like it's quote unquote a secret because it's the name of the monster still in like everything else, but like in the title, the one half of one of the monsters is just completely obscured. So it's just like or something like that.
That's a fun idea. Sort of treating like at least just for the banner, it's like treating the name as like part of the thing. That'd be fun.
It's a mystery.
Hey. So yeah, no, good stuff. All right. But yeah, no, it was like there's just a little bit of fun like behind the scenes shenanigans there for you. Hey, Birdman. Oh, Birdman's here. So oh boy, yeah, no, you gotta okay. Yeah. All right. So first,
hey, Birdman, wait.
No, because it's like he's gonna have to kind of like catch up real quick with the. Gosh darn it. Okay, he's just gonna have to catch up real quick with the like everything else. So Birdman, start from like real quick, kind of go like, are you able to speak today, or is this more of a typing day? From
I might be able to speak today.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. From 372 speedrun, go.
Hang on, what's 372? I forget.
Your match.
Oh my god.
Ultra 7 versus Mechanicon.
Oh god. I have to come back to that one. My brain's a bit puzzled at the minute. I forgot this was actually happening. I'll come back to 372. Oh, hang on.
373, 374, 375. You're not getting the world record at this pace. I hope you know that. Yeah, Birdman. I don't know about the others, but I think you did a very good job.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, 372 is a real good match.
Yeah, like I still felt the signs that it was an older match from you, but I thought it was fine.
I still can't get over him hearing his own match and going, "Oh God."
Oh God.
Things are a bit. Okay. So he's going to be typing speed run then. Okay.
Typing of the dead speed run.
We'll try and circle like. So I'll be reading the other comments real quick, and then hopefully this will give Birdman ample time to
read them really slowly.
I think things are anyway.
Don't do that.
I'm not. I like doing gags, but I wouldn't do it seriously.
Do it for the bit.
Do it for the bit. Anyway, from Godzilla fan 889. This was a well-written dark match. The characterization of everyone was great, and the lore around this world. Oh dang, it's left me wanting more in a good way, like the rest of the series. And of course, the banner is awesome. Thank you, Godzilla fan. Thank you. Maguma says, in which Kubal's palm acts as the ultimate stop sign for the banner. Strip Matter says, oh man, easily the best of the year so far, and the match that misled my mind all because of the English dictionary giving multiple definitions for a word I didn't understand. Which was, yeah, I know, Strip Matter, I had a bit of a talk about that, because he didn't know that heathen, like, because heathen has multiple meanings. I meant to use it more like a savage brute sort of sense, but apparently heathen also means something like offensive to like pagan religion. So it's like,
Oh yeah, heathen just means like non-Christian.
Yeah, heathen. Yeah, that's what heathen primarily means.
oh, okay. Well, I did not know that. So it's like, yeah, no, it's like, rest assured, that was never the intention at all.
Yeah, a person who does not belong to a widely held religion, especially one who is not a Christian, Jew, or Muslim, as regarded by those who do.
Okay. Okay.
Back the heathen hordes, the scourge of Christendom.
Yeah.
You heard it here. You heard it here, folks. KaijuX hates religion. All of it.
Now hold on.
Nathaniel says, this was an amazing match. Was not expecting the Colossal Titan to get the W, but he did so in an understandable way. The Jet Jaguar subplot was very tragic, and now I want to give the poor guy a big hug. Aw. BTW, this is the Zone Fighter in the match that was the one native of the AHE universe. Yes, you're the one from match 311. So this is not the Zone Fighter that fought Ultra 7, this is the Zone Fighter that helped King Ghidorah. And Maguma, oh yeah, and the matchup is awesome. I don't have any specific moment to highlight though, other than the end. Yeah, no, I could.
When are we getting Zone Fighter No Way Home?
Yeah, right. That's what's turned into at this rate. Jeez.
Zone verse.
Into the zone first.
This just means that if we do that, we should have a thing where Zone Angel's Zone Fighter.
Like that.
Well,
sounds
we almost
really
did
cool.
get Giant Zone Angel in the show.
Oh yeah, almost did. That was going to
I'm
be a thing.
so mad we never got that.
I know that would have been so good.
I think
I'm mad at a lot of things Zone Fighter
over
does.
Zone Fighter.
Yeah. Like, in a weird retrospect, I'm glad I watched Zone Fighter first, because if I watched it after my Ultraman binge, I would have been so much more disappointed.
Oh yeah. Cake bomb.
Cake bomb. Yeah. Cake bomb. We'll never live that. We'll never let that one get down. Okay, Birdman said 373 decent, but the grammar and pacing weighs down what could be a great one. 374 amazing match with unique perspective, intense action, unpredictable expectations. 375 what? Oh, very gray shot. Much wow.
In fairness, I'm pretty sure this was more of a KaijuX match than
Yes,
a
this,
shot.
that
Did
was
you just
actually
pronounce the Z's instead of just snoring like a weirdo?
Text to speech KaijuX.
Yeah, no, this match is technically a lot more me than it is Gray Shot. Like, the Gray Shot's parts, I can literally list you out the parts he wrote. Like, the beginning heat part, the ending heat part, and the last two Jet Jaguar sections. That was it. Everything else was all me.
It was me, Austin.
That sounds about right, because it's like that's the stuff tying to his series.
Yeah. Right.
Well, this was like more your thing.
Right. Like this actual match is like more like it's still in the Gray Shot series, but it's like this match was more under my helm.
I'm assuming you're probably going to write your own spin off of it.
Yes, I am.
Exactly.
Everything's in the Gray Shot series at this point.
Don't join the Gray Shot series. Worst mistake of my life.
What if Gray Shot was like all of the matches, even the ones I didn't wrote or canon?
That'd be a confusing timeline.
It's already confusing.
Kind of is. It's like, what? Where? Huh? I think once everything is like out there, it'll become easier to comprehend if you're able to read it through back to
You
back
do
to
realize
back.
someone's going to have to actually put that into a chronological order, right?
Well,
Like
I mean-
what goes where.
That's why we have the continuity registry, Harley.
Yeah, barley.
Yeah, no, it's all there.
It's confusing.
It's in order and it's confusing.
The MCU.
Oh god, they both have shitty quips.
Oh,
Well, that happened.
Okay, Kaiju. Joe, did you want to give your thoughts?
No.
no, you don't.
Okay, then I guess the floor is yours, KaijuX.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think I already went over all the comments. So, basically, this match came out 2 years too late. Developing this match actually started around the time, like around the end of Godzilla vs. Colossal Titan. That's where this match started to kind of take shape. At the time, though, it was sort of like a lot of things still hadn't happened yet. In particular, Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla Single Point hadn't become a thing yet. So it's like there were portions of it that were definitely from that older draft that still made it in because it was like, okay, no, it's still good. It still services the story, services the characters, and so on. I definitely had a different sequence of events for some of the parts. Like in particular, when we get the human perspective of Kubal on top of the wall, like that was like I had envisioned that a little differently, but I was able to like repurpose a couple of like what were meant to be Kubal's parts into like into that like another character, so that way Kubal could be introduced to the setting this way. And I think what I kind of liked about the human segment, at least the first two like major human segments with like Takamaru, Yamashita, and so on, I like the idea that it's like, oh yeah, you get the human perspective of Kubal, the Colossal Titan, and then you get the human perspective of Zone Fighter, sort of from a more, not from their perspectives, but from the perspectives of the people being saved. So I thought it was I thought that would be an interesting sort of interesting view to take from. Even if they themselves are not the focus, I think it's important to build up some kind of care for the characters in hoping that they'll make it out all right. That's the hope. And then the ending kind of speaks for itself. I know. I was even tinkering this after I had posted it onto the blog, just because I was like, this could use a little bit of an expansion. That could use a little bit of expansion. Even I think almost like up to the last day, I was like, oh yeah, I know. Let's add this real quick, add that real quick. So there were just a couple of it was in a position where I was fine with it going up. Like I didn't feel the need to move the date, but if there was a sort of went through and made a couple last second decisions after letting it sit, and it was like I'm kind of glad I did, because I feel like it's a lot, for the most part, it services everything better and everything kind of comes to a nice conclusion, all things considered. So it's just really enjoyed this one in particular. And then once Godzilla vs. Kong and Singular Point dropped, that, especially Singular Point, I think that was kind of a big Singular Point and Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2. Those were all kind of big kickers for me to finally, because my writing motivation had been mostly shot when it came to this match in particular, so it did take me a bit. And plus there was just a lot of KWC work that had to be done, a lot of matches to be reviewed. Writing was just kind of shot for a time, but again, all the aforementioned happened. And then Gray Shot and I were able to figure things out. It's like, hey, what if we do this and this and this? And he was ultimately cool with it. So I was like, awesome. That just ultimately helped me get a decent vision of what this match should be. The death sequence of Zone Fighter was always something I had in mind pretty much from 2 years ago. And I think it was always one of the biggest drives I wanted to do from the offset. So that was always there. That leading up to that brutal death was always there. Ooh. So yeah, no, it was just insane. It was completely insane, but I'm I'm super content with how this turned out, and I was even kind of anxious. I was like, oh no, did I miss anything? Oh gosh, what did I miss? And it turned out, hopefully it seems like nothing. So it's like I think everything concluded. Everything within this match concluded, and of course, there's obviously more to come. So, thankfully, thankfully, my anxieties were for nothing, and no, people seem to be responding very positively to this match, and I eagerly await to see. I just eagerly await to see how the story unfolds and continues from here, and then kind of just finally get everything wrapped up, and then start on that dang spin-off project. But yeah, and then for the banner, I had a lot of fun making this. My Hero Academia reference, of course, and again, Massacre. Although I was the one that ultimately assembled the banner, applied a lot of the fine details that you see. Credit to Nagoda for the actual models of Zone Fighter and Colossal Titan. Having those MMD models helped tremendously, and then Nagoda. Because it had been originally that unedited version that you guys saw earlier, and it was it was like when the time came to go back to writing it, I asked Nagoda, I was like, hey, would it be possible if you could retexture the Colossal Titan to look like the live action version? And he gave it a go and did a fantastic job with it. Yeah, no, he friggin', I'd say he killed it. He just straight up killed it. Friggin' stellar. I think the image itself is just visually striking, and something I don't think people will expect to be like, oh, what the heck? It's so weird. It is so weird. But it's also super cool at the same time. I'm just digging it. I think it's I do have a couple more things to note in the trivia thread that's on the forums. It's just there are a couple little things that tie in the Public Order Administration or the Security Department are actual names for the military, police, and the garrison in the novelization, for example. A lot of Attack on Titan little references and little nods. Obviously because it's tying one world into another, and then not too much crazy trivia, just a nice bit of history of 2 years in the making. Hopefully that won't be the case for the next subsequent matches. I hope they come out a little bit sooner than that, but we'll see. We shall see. I think other than that, though, did anyone else have any additional thoughts concerning 375 real quick, or you kind of good?
No.
All right. So, I think in this case, the KWC portion has concluded. However, we still got the KWCE.
Yes.
Oh,
so I'll be passing the talking. Well, I guess off to Harley. I guess.
Or
I don't know which one. Rock paper scissors. You two go.
Do you want to do it, JV, or do you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm used to doing it.
Right. Okay. I do believe match 84 was going to be revisited real quick. We did cover it last time, but not a lot of people read it.
Yeah, because it had just come out, I think.
Yeah, it just came out that day, so.
We want to do 84 to what?
87.
Yeah, 87. Okay. How many of these have y'all read?
None.
I have read one of these.
Jesus Christ. Okay, it's going to be you and me for a while, GVR.
That's fine. And Godzilla Fan 889.
Oh, Godzilla Fan read all of them.
Oh,
awesome.
Thank God.
Okay. Yeah, Nagoda, if you're still there, did you read any of these too? All right.
He just
so,
said he was going to listen in.
Okay,
Oh.
never mind then.
Dang.
All right. Yes, Godzilla Fan 889, as you type out your thoughts, I'll begin. Match 84, which was the second match of Anime, was Millennium Anguirus, Final War specifically, versus Copperhead from the Pacific Rim anime. Written by Shin Gojira 14. I'll go ahead and start. I really enjoyed this match. It's really well written. I enjoy the setting a lot. Pacific Rim the Black is a real good anime. It's real fun. And this uses the setting very well. Most of my more in-depth thoughts I already said last time, so I'll just go ahead and pass it off to Harley real quick.
No, I pretty much agree. It's always nice to see with the anime we were kind of hoping, a little more than just Dragon Ball was represented, and seeing the Pacific Rim anime represented was really nice.
Yes.
Setting is good. Shin Gojira 14's like one of our only consistent writers, so he's pretty good quality most of the time.
Yes.
So yeah, that's about it. I need to fix the match.
Yeah, the arena card.
Though.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing that really quick.
Okay.
If I may, I am skimming through it real quick, and I think particularly it looks solid, as expected from Strip Matter. He does a really solid job with this stuff. I wanted to point this out because it's just little attention to detail that I enjoy. Is sort of the character interaction looks super on point from what we see in Pacific Rim the Black. Really enjoy sort of the banter between Taylor, May, and Loa. So it's just and highlighting Loa's speech pattern with italics is always a good touch for that computer-esque speak. So it's as a man who pays attention to those kind of things, it's they really do help sell and capture the character. And then there's a lot more of the other stuff too that helps accentuate the the sentences and the dialogue. So that's the most I can say, just kind of skimming through it real quick. Oh, GBR had to BRB. Oh no. Harley, did you want to read Godzilla Fans' comment, or do you want me to just kind of...
I can do it.
Okay.
Godzilla Fan 8889 said this was a pretty cool brute force match. I like how brutal it got. Poor Copperhead pretty much got ragged off of the entire thing. Yeah. That if there is one notable flaw in Shin Gojira 14's matches, he's good writing it. He usually tends to write stomps, though. It's most of his matches aren't they're usually either really one-sided or it's kind of clear that's where it's going. At least in my opinion.
I can understand it. It's don't get me wrong, stomps are definitely easier to write comparison, but I can understand how it's if you want an even dynamic fight, it is sort of it is tricky to try and find that leveling the playing field sort of thing. The way it's it doesn't feel like it could go either way, even if the reality is this is the way it was meant to be. I'm gonna read from the YouTube comments section real quick. Maguma says this match is a fun time. I enjoyed the fun little tooth and claw romp, and I like seeing how Anguirus is portrayed as his kind of forgotten Millennium counterpart. Yeah. So, and then Strip Matter says, in regards to 375, to be clear, this match is proof that matches with more story than fighting can be the best of the bunch. Let's talk about 375, not Anguirus versus Copperhead. I'm not talking about my own matches that way. Yeah, I know. But yeah, very good. Alright. Do you want to progress to the next one? Or Obama giving Obama a medal?
It's 80. It's 85 now, right?
Yeah. So
okay, just making sure I'm doing this right. This one is we're going to continue with anime. It's the Kid Goku Rosario versus the Ultimasaurus.
There we go.
And I don't know when GBR is getting back, so I will take control of this one. But speaking as someone who loves Dragon Ball, I really liked this match. I think Ditto, Ultimate Ditto was the author. It's fucking whatever. Good job, Ditto. I think it did a really good job of blending together like the world of Jurassic Park, but sort of infusing it into Dragon Ball. Especially because like this is early Dragon Ball too, so we get a lot of like characters we don't see often. Like Upa is here.
Okay,
and
like,
it's just,
like a lot of the pre-Z characters.
yeah, like a lot of the pre-Z characters.
Okay.
It's yeah, you did a really good job, and I thought the action was really solid. It doesn't say who did the banner though, so I assume that was you, right, Ditto?
It was 8889.
Yeah, it was 8889.
Oh, okay. My bad. It didn't say 8889. You did a fantastic job on the banner. I loved the darkness and like the beam on Goku's mouth. Overall, this is a pretty good thing for anime, and I'm glad Dragon Ball got some representation.
I do see one pretty big error. There's 1 year later, and the whatchamacallit, the italics.
Yeah, I see that too, but that's GBR's fault, not mine. He posted
okay.
this.
Dang.
All right, GBR, you have to go in and add the banner credit and fix that.
Yeah, you should add the banner credit. That is something that's a pretty glaring flaw, but other than that, you're fine.
I originally had the cards. Like Alex added the banner in afterwards.
Yeah, Bacon just told me to add the banner. He didn't tell me to do anything else.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Damn it,
smack Bacon.
What I usually for clarification in the future, do the cards and then put the banner. Either put the banner first and then the cards. Do the cards and then the banner.
Yeah.
Bacon just told me to delete the cards and put the banner in.
What the fuck, Bacon?
Wow.
The actual moron.
We're gonna ream him when he gets here. Anyways, your thoughts?
I really enjoyed this match. I think it's a very good blending of Dragon Ball and Jurassic Park. I enjoyed the character stuff in it. I also really enjoyed the action. The Uzuru was written very well, as was the Ultimasaurus with how they fought. Good to see an Ultimasaurus match.
Oh yeah.
And also, always good to see a OG Dragon Ball rep. Very well written. I enjoyed how I enjoy how my brain stops working. I enjoy how the Red Ribbon base gets torn up.
Again. This is like the third or fourth base Goku's torn up at this point.
Yep.
It's his job. It's in his job description. Destroy red ribbon base.
The red bamboo. Man, Godzilla, man, Emperor Horror of the Deep would have been over a lot sooner if Goku was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Godzilla fan 8889 says, I like this one as well. It was a neat little fight. A pretty good debut for the Ultimasaurus, and the setup and characterization was quite cool. And thanks for the comments on the banner. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, the banner's great.
Yeah, I do want to say, yeah, no, the banner is actually pretty solid. Like, all things considered, it's like maybe a little too dark at most. That's probably the most criticism I'll give, but I do like the, it's a nice, simple composition. You got the, obviously you got the resources there, but it's like, you got the light coming from Goku's mouth, and where you like Ultimasaurus, like, rawr.
I imagine part of the darkness is just because like to hide the fact that it's a animated character versus 3D model.
3D model, which I mean, it does work better for that. So it's like, it would be better to like keep everything much more in the dark and the shadows. It's like, well, I could still see Goku as like a obviously as a 2D drawing. I do think weirdly enough, I think Ultimasaurus in the background kind of work better in a weird way. It's like I don't know how to comprehend it, but it's like weirdly enough, it's like Ultimasaurus and the Red Ribbon base actually work out pretty well.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's just so weird for me. I guess just because it's like Tokusatsu traditionally, especially with like Godzilla stuff, does use painted backgrounds. That's what my brain always kind of goes to, in a way. So it's like, I think that's just sort of like how
since like I think for an animated background, it's more forgiving.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. So
like with the red ribbon base, like you can have like a live action thing set there, and it wouldn't look too out of place. Is that everything then?
Let
I
me
believe
read the,
so.
let me read the comments in the chat. Maguma says, I remember when I first read this match, the format of it was kind of weird. Like, almost every sentence was spaced out. I think it was edited later on. Nathaniel says, as someone who isn't really interested in Dragon Ball, I don't have much to say other than just a good throwdown between a hybrid and a monkey. Love the part where Ultimasaurus was peaceful when it felt the breeze gave it more character apart from being a mindless beast. So, hey.
All right, on to the finale of anime, right?
Right.
Yes.
It
Utsuno and Orochi versus Godzilla Earth.
Written by GVR and myself.
2 idiots.
Yeah, 2 idiots. And the banner was by our third member who is not here and who we're going to chew out later, Fat Bacon Unicorn.
Yes.
By a Floridian and a woman.
Yes.
With a banner made by a crackhead.
Since we wrote it, and you actually did read it, KaijuX, do you
Yes,
want
I
to take
did.
the first one this time?
Yes, I was
Yeah, I
actually.
will go last year. I will let KaijuX speak. I'll let anyone type out their thoughts, and I will let Harley speak first.
Yes,
and then
no.
I'll give my thoughts.
Please let me. Yes, finally, I can actually talk about one of these. It's unfortunate that this is the only one I read, but I'm kind of glad I put a lot more of my mental energy into this one because this was This was such a fun and great setup for like not even setup, but it was a great premise of like these two powerhouses in the form of like Kusagami and Orochi having to team up against this much larger threat, which was Godzilla himself. And it's like, oh, it's so weird to mentally picture Orochi being dwarfed by something, but much like someone like Megiddo, like what better choice to have it be Godzilla or Earth, you know? Oh man. So it's like I think this match all around portrays its characters really well. And I think what also made the match a lot more like kind of exciting was just sort of like the interplay between Orochi and Kusagami. Like it was actually kind of interesting to think of the idea. It's like, oh, them talking to each other while in their monster forms. It's like, ooh, that's kind of a fun idea. I know it's one that I kind of unfortunately had a stamp on to say no to, unfortunately, but it's like, I don't mind it too much, especially here, since there's at least precedent for it. Considering that, you know, like, Orochi is supposedly, like, telepathic, and, like, Kusagami does have, like, grunts and whatnot, at least in the Japanese version. So it's like, it's something I don't mind seeing at all. It's just that, like, you know, head of the KWC, I'm not sure it's something I would fully allow. Maybe at least not without permission, but in this case, it's just be through Anthony. So I'd have to ask him about that.
KUCE has slightly looser standards on this sort of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
So
I
it's
figured like Orochi has telepathy, Utsuno is a human.
right. Utsuno, like actual Utsuno, was able to grunt in the original. So it was like, yeah, no, there was definitely the leeway is justified, and it is making me think back on that. So because it's like that is sort of a fun thing to explore, and I think that's the good thing with the KWCE too. It's like like in the event I'm hesitant on anything, the KWCE could be like the entryway to that idea. It's like, okay, let's see how this idea plays out.
Like I will say for the KWCE, as long as it's not wildly out of character for all the combatants, we're usually pretty loose with what we won't allow.
Yeah.
Like you need to do something pretty drastic in order for us to go, this is out of character.
Yeah.
Because with all the different kaiju and worlds and all the stuff we have combined in, trying to be really strict about this sort of thing is just not going to work out as well as we'd like.
Of course, right. But yeah, no, it's like I kind of like one of my favorite changes, like relatively speaking, is having Susanoo play the part of Kusagami. I think that's such a that is even just between all of Kusagami's matches, both KWC and KWCE. Though, is this his first KWCE? Now that I think about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's like even that aside, it's like out of all of his matches, it's so refreshing to see, just because I know that's a lore thing, or at least an inferred lore thing. That's like, oh yeah, it was Susanoo, the previous possessor to Utsuno and Kusagami. It's so fun just to see him bouncing off his brother, and then even bringing up the whole thing at the end. It's like you were brought back to Earth maybe to bring humanity happiness or something, and it's like, hey, that's awesome. You know, as a Yamato Chikuru stand, I greatly appreciate this.
I believe this is the debut match for all three of them, I think. I don't think
Yeah,
all three.
Orochi's had a match before.
Okay, Orochi's had a match before. This is the debut match of both Godzilla Earth and Utsuno for the KWCE.
This is the debut of actual Orochi, not old KWC Orochi.
All
Yeah,
right.
this is proper Orochi.
Hell yeah.
Which is funny because we actually have the original Orochi in the KWCE as well.
That is
That too.
funny. Yeah. But no, this match was just a great, enjoyable, like chaotic and destructive fight. The way that he had to like overcome Godzilla's barrier and freaking just like all the boom boom boom. I would probably say my favorite part in all this was that first time where Ikusagami kind of lost it and like, you know, his power went out of control. That was so good. That was such a good sequence. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'll go into more detail when it's my turn, but like the updates you did to the bios was a very significant part of this match.
Yes. That part I could tell. Like the TK bios were super helpful. Were ultimately instrumental with how we see the Yamato Takeru monsters. They are all now based.
Utsuno can blow up a planet now.
Yes. Oh man.
But yeah. Go on.
And I also want to say, like, I don't want to give out too much else at the moment, but it's like, I had a great time reading this. I'm glad I had the opportunity to get one of these under my belt. It's like, hey, if I had to get one KWCE under my belt, it was going to be this one. Hey, let's go! Though I am curious to go back and possibly read Ozaru versus Ultimasaurus, because it's like, for whatever reason, so far the KWCE and OG Dragon Ball have been working out pretty well. Like, you know, first
I think the last KWCE you read was my Dragon Ball match, and that was more of a sequel to Tree of Might.
Okay, well, I guess you could say
that's early Z.
It's early, yeah, where it hasn't like broken into Super Saiyan yet. Pretty much Super Saiyan. It's like
Hey, KaijuX, when are you gonna write a KWCE?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I may or may not have one or two in the backlog.
I mean, I will say, I'm pretty sure we have a collab planned eventually.
Yes, you and I have a collab planned. I know I have a collab with GBR that's already made. And I do have like a couple I want to do solo. So, if things work out accordingly, then we should be able to see them. That reminds me, I'll have to ask Harley something about that later. But
sure.
But you guys did a terrific job with Utsuno Kusagami and Orochi versus Godzilla Earth. Could not have imagined it being in better hands, and just yes, so good.
Thank you.
But love Pash for this one aside. Let's see.
Godzilla fan 889 says, "What's up? My thoughts, this was an excellent match with characters how godly all three of them are. Just pure awesome with good character dynamics and a tragic ending. A lot of good parts, but the one that stands out is Godzilla Earth blasting Utsuno and then destroying the moon."
Godzilla Earth pissing on the moon.
I didn't include that for a reason. I'm like, okay, let's keep this a little classy. GBR is like, nah. What are the YouTube comments?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let me, All right. Let me see. Strip Matter says this is one of the most badass KWCE of the years. And we got a new commenter in Michael Jackson Helm says, "This is probably my top 5 KWCE matches of all time. Seeing Godzilla Earth receive character development is amazing, and the portrayals of Utsuno and Orochi really sell the idea of life evolving to a point that outclasses its creators as well." Yes, yeah, I know, that was super good. Maguma says, "This honestly might be my favorite KWCE thus far. It has a perfect blend of story and action. It also made me care about Godzilla Earth, which is good because it's better than the anime." Okay, yeah. And then Nathaniel says, "This was an epic finale to anime month. Love the dynamic of the two fight a walking mountain. Natsuno losing his cool and blasting Earth to the sea was perfect. Utsuno and his being locked with Earth in the upper atmosphere was incredible, as well as taking out the moon as well." Strip Matter also says, "Like Godzilla Earth doing the Monster Zeroes dance and being a hero to humanity, sort of like in a weird roundabout way. Or at least like, it's the one that like the humans of this world have to ultimately come to live with in a way. So it's like, no, it's so good. It is so good.
Yeah. Birdman, did you read any of the KWCs?
No, probably not. But since GVR told me to go first, I'll let him go into more detail, like who did what. Most because I kind of forgot who did what. But for a bit of trivia, like this was a match that was technically a work in progress, a lot longer than it should have. It's mostly because we both kind of forgot about it for a while. No, I'm dead serious. We started it. We're like halfway done. Then we just kind of lost track of time and other things. That's when GVR, and then like GVR was like, "Hey, do we ever want to finish this?" And I'm like, "Oh no!" So I just literally like sprinted and just like slammed like the rest of it out and just let him finish it. The rest.
I brought it up as a joke, and you were just like, "Oh shit."
I wanted to get it done.
Yeah.
But I think our writing styles complement each other. Oh, thanks. I think our writing styles though complement each other pretty nicely. Well, thank you. And I know that I know my favorite scene was one I did write was Utsuno like carving his sword up through Godzilla Earth's back and then cleaving off one of his dorsal plates.
Yes.
That was one of the ones I know I wrote, and I was really happy with that scene.
Ooh.
But overall, I had fun, and I hope I can collab more with GVR. I'll let the man himself speak now, though.
Yes. This match has a bit of a complex history. Originally, this was going to be a solo match with not Susanoo, but just Yamato Takero. But then, as I realized, I would have to like include, was it Odo?
Oh yeah.
As well, because Utsuno is like Yamato, Odo, and the bird all like combined.
Yeah.
And then I realized like that I'm juggling too many characters here. Mm-hmm. So I had the idea to change it to Susanoo. And that just ended up making it a lot more organic. I came up with this idea like after I had asked Harley to join in and co-write. Because it was like I completely lost motivation for this match, so I was like, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was more than willing to help step in, and I don't want to say I wrote a bulk. I think I wrote a bulk of like the one of the major accent pieces. You just kind of stepped in and just like fixed everything and added your own stuff.
Yeah, you mostly wrote like the main thing I remember you writing was like the first fight.
Yeah, the first skirmish was that, and then we just kind of tag teamed on the second one. I also like went through most of the dialogue and like spruced it up a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as I was writing Susanoo and Tsukuyomi interacting, my brain does not remember names. But as I was writing them interacting, I ended up coming to the conclusion of I went back and rewrote the very beginning of the match to give this one an overall theme of like gods. So that's why
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I remember when we were working on this, we didn't know who was going. I asked you, who do you want to win this one? Because it can go either way.
Yeah, I had like a whole bunch of different ideas for how this could have gone. Like I considered like Orochi betrays Utsuno, or like Utsuno betrays Orochi because he thinks Orochi's going to betray him.
I don't think I ever pitched on it. I don't think I ever pitched it. And I was just like, okay, what do you want to do with this?
Yeah, I considered an idea of like Godzilla Earth gets destroyed, but then they start fighting, and what's left of Earth is in lava and like reforms and blasts them both away.
I think eventually you were like, okay, let's just have Earth win then.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, I think I planned for Earth to win like the whole time, but just like how exactly was difficult.
Was it you or me that was like, hey, what about the moon? I think that was you that did the moonbeam clash, right?
No, you did the moonbeam clash.
You did that one?
You did.
Oh, I did. Yeah, okay. I'm like, okay. How do we kill? It's like it was most of that. How do we get rid of one of them? I for some reason I was like, let's have Utsuno go first, so we can give Orochi kind of he takes up the broken sword of Utsuno Ikusagami.
That was
so really awesome visual.
It's so good.
So I honestly I don't plan anything. I was just like, okay, let's just connect this. I'm like, what if Godzilla Earth wanted to just blasted the moon and he got into a beam clash and Utsuno lost it? Like, put Utsuno in a no-win situation. Either he unleashes his full power and wrecks the earth, or he allows him. I think it was like, I don't know, because I wanted Utsuno to. He realized he wasn't going to win. He was like, okay, I accept this. I have to go now.
Yeah, I know that was actually really good because it was like, oh shit, because you didn't realize the moment it's like, oh, Kusagami's able to actually destroy Godzilla Earth. He has the potential to do that, but is that really worth the safety of the Earth? That was such a great setup to that final beam clash.
Yeah, Utsuno going, hey, brother, I'm sorry. I can't do this. But you can still fight. And then he throws he throws a sword down to Orochi before he lets the beam consume him.
Yeah, I came up with the very ending of this match, like with Amaterasu and all.
Yeah, you came. That was your bet. I read that. I'm like, holy shit, that's nice.
Yes. Yeah, no. Originally, this was just going to be like a very simple. Utsuno and Orochi team up and they fight Godzilla Earth, but like I ended up giving it this theme of like the gods and their creations,
which it fits better.
Oh, yes. for sure.
Yeah, I remember I was told like, hey, what if I did this? And then what if like Orochi like grabbed the hilt of the sword for like one desperate charge? You're like, yes, put it in, damn it.
Yeah, and like I think you wrote like Orochi grabbing the sword and like charging, and then I just wrote like what happened afterwards.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I wanted because I know I wanted you to actually write the actual ending because I didn't feel because it was your story. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have like this is the setup. You can do the rest.
Yeah, no. Overall, I am very happy with this match. Very proud of it. I'm very thankful to Harley for helping me out with this.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds. I also wrote the scene of Orochi biting off one of Godzilla's arms and eating it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He had to eat his vegetables.
Yeah, this is why I say GVR and I's writing styles because I'm a very like, my fights like story is like important, but at the same time, I'm more of like a quote unquote visual writer. I'm more about these are moments like you can like picture, right?
Yes. You're also much more of like a character writer, while I'm like focused on like the grandiose action.
Yeah, I'm more. You're more of like you're more of the overall picture. I'm more of like writing the specific scenes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
okay. So it's like I want to hit these beats in the story. Like Orochi does this, Utsuno does this, Orochi does this, Godzilla does this. How do we get there?
Right, like basically Harley maps out sort of like strong visual cues, and then GVR keeps it structured. Pretty much.
It's a good combo.
Hell yeah! That's how you work with your partner.
This is the first time we've written together on something.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't. And like, do you mind if I'm not gonna say what it is, but do you mind if I say what our plans are for match 100?
Not at all. Go ahead.
Yeah, like for the KWCE's match 100, Bacon, GVR, like the three staff members, we all want to like work together to write a match.
Aw.
I'm not saying what though. That's a surprise.
Right.
Most because we haven't figured it out yet.
I was gonna say, most because I'm not sure we actually figured it out yet.
We've narrowed it down.
So on a scale to 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how was your guys' first date?
I'm gonna say a solid like 8.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, she done you dirty, GVR.
Dang.
Dirty? The fuck?
What are you, a movie critic? Yeah, this movie was awful. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, Harley didn't really enjoy the date. She felt like there could have been an extra few scenes of detail.
And 8 out of 10, is that like a, what the fuck does 8 out of 10 mean if it's about a passing grade? That's strictly your grading process, bro. Do you get ahead on the first date and you're like, yeah, 9 out of 10 though. Could have been a bit better.
I was gonna say the real answer was 11 out of 10.
Yeah, average movie critic. This movie was the worst thing I've ever experienced. 8.5.
But on to our... Ditto said this match was epic, so on to our last.
Right, and
KWC.
Birdman said...
I kind of took over GVR,
yeah.
Sorry, you went BRB and I took over.
Okay.
Too
Yeah, no,
bad.
you're good. Yeah, I got
last
something
one-
from Bacon to say about this one once we get to it.
Yeah. Well, if Bacon shows up in time, he'll say something. But this is
Well, no, he sent me like what to say.
okay. It is Bowser versus Godzilla Heisei,
Yes.
and Bacon wrote the whole match by himself, and I don't know if GFan8889 wants to type out his thoughts first, or because I really like this.
Yes. It's a very good match.
It's a very good match. I gave you kind of when Bacon was like, "Yeah, I didn't edit this at all." I was like, like when you two were like, "Yeah, I kind of half-assed this one." I was like, "Y'all."
Bro.
No, I read it and I edited it, but I didn't like. What I'll usually do for a match is like I'll read it. Well, okay. Yeah, he sent me this one to verify it, and I'm also sort of like the de facto editor for the KWCE. And what I'll usually do for a match is like I'll read it over one time and just like fix glaring issues, and then later I'll sit down and like go through it with a fine-tooth comb and improve the whole thing. I did not do that for that second part for this one, just because like it got away from me time.
Rip.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
sorry on that one.
I could say on
So
I could say on the KWC front that happened. So unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to read this one. So no words on this, sadly.
So I understand. I understand why. Just like when I heard that, I'm like, I was like, this was edited before I posted the fucking thing, right?
It was edited, just not enough.
Yeah, this is basically my reaction to those two. But yeah, I know this was a
Godzilla
thing.
versus Coopzilla, but epic.
Oh my god, yeah, that's an old name. I do know that Bacon worked on this for a really long time. He was playing this,
Yes.
he was writing this for like what, a year or something like that.
Yes.
So it's been a long time in the making, and I'm glad that both Godzilla and Bowser especially was given the spotlight he deserved.
Yes.
Because Bowser was something Bacon pushed for.
Yeah.
With all the forums and shit. I'm surprised considering we added the new stuff, we didn't postpone it to include that. That sounds like, because that's something he does.
Yeah.
Like with his giant KWC series, with all the new compounds, he's like, damn it, quit it.
Yeah. Friggin' battle 100 meters and 60,000 tons. It was destined to be.
Are they both? That's the stats. What do you know? Man, Bowser's. We need like a magnifying glass to read Bowser's card now.
Yeah. I had to do all kinds of shifting around with the text formatting and all that.
I hope not, kiddo. I was not going to allow that.
Didn't someone want Godzilla to get the cat bell and get a cat suit?
Oh gosh.
No. I'm just going to say this right now. Only Bowser can use the Mario powers. I do not
Yes.
give a damn.
That is a good decision to make.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and read Godzilla Fan 889's opinion real quick.
He's allowed.
But I will say for Godzilla Fan 8889, as for the match itself, despite all the typos and all, I freaking enjoyed this. Godzilla and Bowser's forms and powers bouncing off each other was awesome, as was the characterization for all the characters. Burning Godzilla versus Fury Bowser is such a metal idea. As for ending Bowser's death was pretty sad.
Ooh.
Yes.
Burning Godzilla versus Fury Bowser. Oh.
They go through like all the forms. I think like Giga Bowser is fighting up against like Super Godzilla.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, why did I not read this? Damn
Because you're
it.
lazy.
Yeah, they don't go through all of Bowser's forms just because like a bunch of them were added after this match was done.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, like he
it
doesn't turn
goes
into Dreamy
through, like-
Bowser, Mega Dragon Bowser, or Shiny Robo Bowser.
No, those were the only three that weren't.
Yeah.
But Giga Bowser, the Meowser, Giga Molten Fury Bowser, and then Dry Bowser showed up.
Hey.
Yes.
So like Bowser goes through like almost all of its forms.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, for clarification. Bowser is the only one that's allowed to use the Mario power. I'm gonna say he can only use like the cat. He can only use the powers he's shown using, by the way, like the Super Cherry
Yeah.
and the Bell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let him, or like the belief, I'm not gonna let him become like a fireball Bowser if he takes a fire flower or something.
I was kind of thinking when I put can use power ups in his card, I was thinking of like that old Super Mario Show episode.
No, okay, no. I was
Bowser
kind
ran
of that
into
would
another
be. I
combatant
think the
with a
Super
go-kart.
Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. Super Show version of Bowser is different enough from the game Bowser to not include it.
That's fair.
So could Bowser use his own go-kart to ram into another combatant?
No, unfortunately.
No,
Not at his go kart.
he can't fit in the go kart when he's that large.
Bruh. Well,
What?
they built fucking mechs. We could build a giant go-kart.
Kaiju size go kart. Let's go.
I can't wait for Godzilla to be in the new Mario Kart 8 DLC.
Wee.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on the match. I think it's still really good.
Also, why'd you guys allow a combatant into the KWCE who canonically says the N-word?
We have a South Park character. We have a South Park mech in this damn thing. Anything's
the cringe
possible.
one.
We have no standards. We have Atlantic Rim Kaiju.
No, I was going to say, we have Atlantic Rim Kaiju. We have Name Gone.
Okay. Do you want me to read off the YouTube comments real quick, or?
Oh, I wanted to read out Bacon's things real quick.
Okay.
Bacon-
Oh, yeah, do that.
Yeah, Bacon's thoughts for Bowser vs. Godzilla. Though I had wrote this a while back, I think the positives outweigh the negatives. There are some grammar issues, but I think I got Bowser's characterization correct, and I enjoyed writing the fight itself. I remember asking Godzilla to have a rainbow atomic breath since he absorbed the invincibility star, but was told no. Only gripe I have with the action. Glad people still like it, even with its faults. Had a blast having Bowser and Godzilla have a good brawl going through all their transformations. I also did this because of an animation back in the day called Coopzilla vs. Godzilla I watched as a kid, so direct inspiration from that video.
Aww.
But yeah,
So yes,
what Ditto was saying, Starfish Hitler was there before being Thanos. I think the only two monsters we've ever like taken off the list was Starfish Hitler, or the three monsters, I'm sorry. Starfish Hitler, Conzilla, and the Indoraptor.
Rod
and
Race.
the Rod Rice Titan.
Yeah.
And what was the last one?
Rod
The
Race.
Rod Rice
Titan.
Titan.
And the Rod Rice Titan. Okay, I don't remember why
Because it
that
can't
one.
do anything except
Okay, he
claw.
doesn't do anything. For Conzilla, I was like, I mostly just because like he only has like one, like he's a toy, a literal toy, and unlike Ultimasaurus, he doesn't really have a whole lot going for him.
All of his powers are just made up.
Yeah, and the fact all of his powers were made up is why I wanted to do it. Because like, no, we should, because like,
That's fair.
yeah. And as for Starfish Hitler and the Indoraptor, they're too small.
Yeah.
No, that was.
I remember trying to tell you that when you first added him, KaijuX, you didn't
Yeah.
listen to me.
Alright.
I'm like, KaijuX, the Indoraptor's not that big. He's human sized. No.
Right. No, that should have been like. I should have said no to that one out of the gate, but I wasn't.
You should have said no to Starfish Hitler too, but you didn't.
Well, that one I didn't know he was like, because that one
Do
was also.
it! Do your research, damn it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
I
we
should've.
should
Just posted cards. Like you just send him a card and he post it.
Right. That it was kind of as simple as that. Sadly.
I should have just given you like a blank card and see if you actually posted it.
I remember telling KaijuX, because there was the whole thing of like no more Pokemon. I was like, I could just send you a Pokemon card, give it a different name, and say it's from an obscure Chinese MMO, and you wouldn't know.
I'm so glad we have a hard limit on the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Remember when there were hard limits?
No. Like we still have limits. Like I'm pretty sure. Like
course,
unless the
gotcha.
Pokemon legitimately Kaiju size, when it's not like when I said no to Gigantamax Pokemon, for instance.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. I think that one was a good call because it was like, I think any Pokemon can be Gigantamax if I'm not mistaken.
Any Pokemon can become Dynamax, but certain Pokemon have unique Gigantamax forms.
Oh. Okay.
But Dynamax in general is something every Pokemon can do, like Z crystals. Anyone can have one.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or like with Monster Hunter monsters, it's like, okay, no more unless they're really that big.
Mhm.
Which
Yes.
unfortunately means no Valstrax. I should have put him. I should have asked to put him in before we put that rule in. Damn it!
That's how it always goes. Oh lordy.
Oh well.
But yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
That should wrap up the KaijuX aspect of this.
Right. And comments.
Comments.
Maguma says, "Oh dang, I completely forgot about this match for a minute. Gotta say, the fight itself is amazing and uses all their forms to the fullest. I do gotta say though, I feel like this taking place after almost every other monster died in battle feels kind of needed. I feel like it could have taken place in any other scenario." That's from Maguma. And Nathaniel says, "This was a work of art. Both Bowser and Godzilla were portrayed excellently, both switching forms, and the Koopa King is perfectly in character. Big, tough brute, but he loves his children. The ending is completely tragic for Junior and the Koopalings. And yes, we have standards, otherwise the kaiju from 8 vs. Monster will be included in the roster."
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that is our standards. No, not them.
Not them. We've also had a rather extensive conversation about what qualifies as a mech and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
boy.
I will say this right. Unfortunately, the Technodrome is not going to be a combatant. He will be in a card though. The Technodrome will be on a card, just not as its own thing.
Okay.
Do you care if I say who that is? It's pretty obvious who it is. There aren't that many.
Krang.
It's Krang. Those darn turtles.
As soon
So
as I get around to making the card.
I guess
we
we
have a-
should discuss about KaijuX's hostile takeover.
Yes.
Yes. Now that all has been said and done, here is the plan. First, get the Molotov cocktail anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, as we had alluded to a while ago, basically me and GVR are now, like, as of like the end of May, in the beginning of June, like GVR and I have officially like the co-operation managers for the Kaiju War Chronicles. Grayshot just simply needs to step down. It was just basically need to step down, take a break for about 6 months, and just kind of see
I
how.
believe.
We'll see.
Grayshot did say he might be gone longer than that, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the plan is 6 months, but plans change.
Of course. Like I said, yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
he'll die. Who knows?
But yeah, no, it's just projected. It's estimated. We don't know yet.
KaijuX might send an ICBM to his home. We don't know.
I love you say the ICP, and I just think he sends the Insane Clown Posse there.
But yeah,
Juggalos.
The Juggalos go to Grayshot's house. Gathering of the Juggalos is now at Grayshot's house.
right. So basically, like, yeah, the matches so far that have been posted, technically within my jurisdiction, have been like 374 and 375. Like, even though 374 was under Tyler's name, that one I consider more me, technically.
Well, because we already had it in the blog before he left.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, let's just get it out.
That one was preloaded, basically. It was
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
last thing he could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was preloaded, so.
Yeah, because matches go get preloaded into the blog beforehand.
Right. So that one had just been sitting there for a while because we wanted to revisit it. Again, I do not know the circumstances around that. It was like, whatever. It's like, what? I think 374 was a great little match. So. But yeah, no, like GVR and I will be in charge of the KWC, and then like if Grayshot decides to return, or if he decides that like we've done a fantastic job with everything going on and be able to push the KWC to new boundaries, new directions, I think we'll be on the we'll see what happens. Like this is
I'll say things are already going very well with us behind the scenes.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone direct your stupid questions to GVR.
They already did.
With blow torches and firebombs. Oh lordy.
So,
I think that's everything. For the podcast.
Yeah.
I think that's
2
still-
hours?
Yeah, I know, nice solid 2 hours.
I saw 2 hours and Bacon still ain't here.
Right. But yeah, I figured, I think this is, and yeah, no, I'm trying to think of something else. It's like, here's what I won't mind saying at all. By the beginning of July, we'll have the mid-year survey go up. So by all means, like, keep an eye out for that. And, it should be up by July 1st. So day of, be there for it, do it, boom.
Oh,
And look forward to July as well, because fun things will happen.
Yes, and you will pretty much know what it is by the time the survey comes along. So that'll kind of speak for itself. But I am very interested to see like what the responses will be, how people feel about certain things, and it will give us a direction of where to go for the most part. So, woo. Oh, but yeah, no, it's like, other than that though, it's like, yeah, no, it was just pretty much that. Got a lot of stuff progressing on the behind the scenes front, and yeah,
That we cannot tell you.
that we can't tell you guys yet, but
More are coming.
yeah, more stuff will be coming, and we're definitely excited to get it all out there and whatnot. I did make a public post a while ago concerning like monsters that have been publicly addressed, because one of my personal end goals for this year is to give. I know it's a tall order to ask for, all things considered, and that's why I made it a public post, is to give all of our publicly announced monsters at least one match to their name.
Yeah.
So that
And
way.
I will say, we're also sending a lot of monsters that we cannot talk about that also have not gotten anything.
Right. No, well, we're not. They don't need to worry about that. That's only an us concern right now.
No viewers, write matches with monsters you don't know we have.
Right. Okay, I need you to predict. Let's see, the giant condor, the giant eagle, 2 separate slots.
Post in the comments your predictions for the next monster to be officially revealed like a Smash trailer.
Yeah.
You're right.
Condor
You get
and
nothing.
Giant Eagle is my favorite ship.
Look, I've been waiting for someone to submit a KWCE that's actually viable for the KWC.
Yeah.
Eyes that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Like, I think retroactively it's kind of happened, but not like someone who submitted it who we have to go like, no, you have to go to the KDBC for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, Grayshot's meant to, like, post this.
Oh, he
like,
never did. Did he ever do that, by the way?
No, I don't think he did.
God damn it.
Yeah, KWCE submissions, you can still send them, like, you can still, like, DM them to me or Bacon on the forums, but also you are allowed to send them to the email.
I thought that was posted on the main site. I thought.
You just said, like,
make sure if you make a KWCE, label it clearly.
yes.
Yeah.
Granted, most of the time we'll probably be able to do that. We'll probably be able to realize that, but just make sure.
Yes. Yeah, and like I said, you can still, like, privately send them to me or Bacon, like, on the forums.
Okay. Yeah.
Or if you happen to be on Discord, you can send them to them directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't DM me on Toho Kingdom. I'm probably not going to see it. I'm not there that often.
Yeah, like, you can still send them to all the same places as before, but just, like, also you can send them to the email.
Yeah, as long as you, like, label it properly.
Yes.
'Cause
And don't send them to the email and also to us at the same time. That's not good.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's a very bad thing to do. So yeah.
I say label it properly because for like, if someone wants like a show a monster match and you send it to the verifier email, you're going to have to specify, because otherwise we're just going to assume you just goofed.
Yeah. And if you somehow send us a match that doesn't even have a KWCE monster, we will just reject it and probably block you.
Yeah, if you just send us if you just send us like actual fan fiction, like fan made monsters, I don't know what site you think you're on.
Yeah, there's that standard to be upheld, and just because there are a few quote unquote fan creations on there doesn't mean that doesn't make it the standard at all.
Albino Gauss the NES creepypasta monsters, those are there because like they are so ubiquitous in the fandom that they might as well be real monsters.
Yeah.
Like and Red and Shadow of Red. Shadow of Red eventually became a unofficial like a real monster in another setting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, not Red. That thing is cringe.
Well, too bad.
Well, you're too bad.
Yeah, like just like straight up, like I know there was one monster from that Kaiju Colossal thing. I don't know what it was called.
Colossal Kaiju Combat?
Yeah, there was one we're not including.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, GVR, did we give up on that like that dumb parody pro wrestling thing with like the chicken noodle can with a knife?
What?
Oh yeah, I never added that.
Okay. So for KaijuX and everyone's benefits, there's a pro wrestling league out there, and it's called Kaiju Big Battel. It's Battel. And the whole gimmick of it is that it's a wrestling match, but all the combatants are quote unquote kaiju.
All right.
And one of the wrestlers is like literally a chicken noodle can with a knife.
What?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I never added that. I need to get back to looking at the Kaiju Big Battle and adding those.
It's just a bunch of people in costumes, and like they set up like little cities and stuff in the rain. It's so funny.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I freaking chicken noodle can with a
Yeah.
knife.
Here, let me post a screenshot of what it looks like.
Oh my gosh! Hold on, I need to get this up. Hold on, everyone. You're about to witness glory right here.
They don't take themselves too seriously.
There we are. There it is.
It's so funny.
He's got a point. Technically, every Godzilla kaiju is a man in a costume.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Aha! It's called the one I'm talking about. It's called Kung Fu Chicken Noodle.
Amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, Earth Gun knows what I'm talking about. There he is with the knife.
Oh my gosh.
He's the red man of Kaiju Big Battel.
What?
Oh, good lord.
Seriously, here's the lore. A Cantonese worker who gained superpowers and armored soup can, which he wears, after falling into a vat of chicken noodle soup in a failed suicide attempt. Due to both his ability inside the ring, including the feared five-fingered Chowder Fist, and the fact that he has killed at least 2 kaiju, he is considered one of the most dangerous kaiju on Earth. He has been known to make temporary alliances with both the heroes and Cube's posse, but rarely with Team Spacebug. He also is known as Soup. First appeared at Rumble in the Alley, June 1997.
Oh my goodness.
I think this is the perfect note to end on.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
Yes.
Here's the whole roster, by the way. It's great.
Good night, everybody.
No, my
Good night,
goodness.
everybody.
No, this was too much fun. And then ending it on giant. I was not ready for this today. All right,
Dude, like French toast is like one of like the most main guys. It's like French toast, 2,000 tons of rage and a raspberry beret unleashed upon the world by France's top chefs. Despite the fact he is universally hated, except in France, of course, he is in fact a hero. First appeared in White Blackout.
Oh my goodness, the directions wrestling takes. No wonder why it has the appeal it
I
does.
love wrestling.
Oh, that's great. That is great. In the meantime, holy
At a luncheon news conference Wednesday afternoon, a panel of Paris finest chefs announced over crepes that they were personally offended by Ritter's snub. The chefs went on to announce they would be sending EU breakfast hero French toast to deliver a special message to the people of Colorado after steam-powered tentacle boulder had been declared the new protector.
Like, oh, One comment from Maguma before we go. Oh, and real quick, when I sent Goliath versus Red King round 2, I just copy pasted from my doc, but I had to resubmit it and send the actual link because it didn't send as a document. What's up with that? Not wholly sure, but but the new standard is like
Might be a permissions thing. You might have to go into like your Google Docs into that doc and be like permission anyone with the link.
Oh yeah. You'll have to like don't just copy it from the URL. Go to the share button and then get it from that. So, and in the event that we need like there is a way to where you could just open it to request access, like editing access, but it is generally better to like go up to that button and hit share, and then you'll eventually find something that's like, oh yeah, no, here's the like copy the link. You'll copy it from that, not like going to the URL bar and copy paste. Don't do that.
You can also just like add person the KWC verifier email.
Yes, that's that's probably the better alternative too, because at least we can get a look at it. It's like, oh, you added us to this document. We will now look at it. So
Tech tips with KaijuX is now over.
Yes. And speaking of tech tips, the KWCC, I think will officially, well, yeah, I know, we'll definitely conclude it on this crazy note. I hope this is a thumbnail. Oof, poor Maguma. Anyway, no, this has been this month's KWCC, and we'll see you guys in July. Hopefully, when that big thing has made itself known by then. See ya.
Bye.
Are you?